Alright, let's do this, boys. Let's auto refresh the mana and cooldowns. Let me give me some gold.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Just get some boots. We'll get Mobies for the speed run of things. Alright, boys.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
What's going on, YouTube? I'm coming to you with another video. This video is actually different, so I'm going to be showing you guys this new Wukong change that Medler actually just announced, that literally just hit PB today. Basically, this new change, it allows you to, when you W, the short little dash that you get, you're actually able to use it to get over walls. So, over thin walls. I'll show you all the specific ones. I actually tried to see actually every single wall that's possible. So you're actually able to go over thin walls. For example, walls that are in your base. For example, here. You could go over the walls that are in your base. You could go back and forth. Back and forth on that. You can go over you could go over like the wall over here to wraiths. That's another one. You can go you can't go over specific parts though. You can't go over this part. There's only certain angles where you're actually able to get through. Like you're actually able to get through this part as well. This part, this whole wall you're actually able to go through. As follows, you could go through this wall. Dragon pit wall up until this part of the wall you're able to go through. You can't get through this part. Ready? This part you can't go through. You see? But if you come on an angle, you can get through this wall right here. You coming through. You get through this one. Oh, whoops. I actually didn't do that one correctly. Let's do this again. Alright, I fucked it up again. This is a new mechanic, so there we go. There we go. That's it. So basically, if you do this correctly, you're actually able to get through the dragon pit on this side of the wall. I'm pretty sure you could do it up until this angle as well. You see, you could come through here. You can go through and actually get through this wall too. Through this part as well too. You can get through this whole wall. It's all thin walls, really. I'll show you a more difficult one after this. The more difficult ones are ones like Gromp, for example. You can go through Gromp over here if you do correctly. You could go through Gromp. Gromp wall up until, I'm pretty sure it's from this mushroom and up to like here you can go through. You can go through blue wall. This gap over here. You go through blue. And back and forth. If you do it correctly. This wall here too. You can go through Wolves wall over here. Oh, whoops, I didn't do that correctly. My fault, my fault. You see, there's only certain parts where you could do this. You could do it on this part from here, and I'm pretty sure on this side as well. You see? This part, these two walls, this one as well here. You can actually get around some corners, so you can't really go through this wall, but you can get through the corner by doing it correctly. So, let me see. I'm standing here. You see how I went through corners? You could go through corners as well. So keep that in mind. Certain corners you can go through. You see I'm over here and I'm already on this side. It's literally like a... Whoops, that one wasn't a good example, but going through corners. Of course, you could go over enemy base walls. And over this one. Alright, so basically the rundown of what it is. You can go through now through thinner walls and certain angles of bigger walls. Now, I'm going to show you guys one that I actually found out that I think is probably the hardest one to do, and it's the one that's in between your base For example, your base in red. So this is probably the hardest wall to get through. I actually you have to find like a really good angle to come in. Don't be frustrated if you don't get this on your first time, or if you really mess this up, because this is one of the harder ones. But see, I can't even get it one first try. Let me see. I'm still practicing it. Not yet. Let me see if I go from this angle. I was doing it on the other side. Hold up. Let me see if I go to... One second. Shift S. I was doing it on here. Watch. On this one. There we go. You see? That one. This one's the more difficult wall. I don't think there's not that many people that know about this one. This is the more difficult one. You see, this one I would say is probably the hardest wall that you can make. You could really mess this up, so definitely practice it. This is definitely one of the newest mechanics to Wukong. Unfortunately, Medler said that this mechanic might not stay. It's just for testing. But I'm really hoping it does, because Wukong really needs a new mechanic like this to be able to have easier tricks. Like you're actually able to clone fake. Maybe they think you went over the wall. You're actually able to trick people. But this, I would say, is the hardest wall for you to make in terms of mechanics. See, I actually got that one. For some reason, it doesn't... Let me see if I could try on the other side as well. Wow, I'm actually getting it pretty clean. I was trying it before, but I was having a hard time. Let's go back over here. I wonder what it is on this angle. It's probably like... Maybe you just can't do it on this one. You gotta be able to do it on this one. Come on. Really? There's gotta be... I guess I can't. I guess it only works on this wall specifically. I don't know.
My journey's only beginning.
Maybe it doesn't work. Try going a little higher. Let me see. For some reason it works over there. It doesn't work here. Kind of confused. Let's try again. Maybe I'm just not doing it right. There's like, for some reason it should be. I don't know. I kind of give up on this one, but basically you guys get the idea. I would say this wall is the harder one to do. The thinnest part of the wall is probably like here. Let me see if I need like a head start on it. I don't know. Alright, let me show you guys as well on this one. You're able to go through Gromp Wall on here, and I wasn't able to make it on the other side. You see? Gromp Wall you can go over up until like here, this angle. Let's try this again. And get away. Nice quick escapes. Don't forget you can get around corners as well. Corners too, keep in mind, not just smaller, thinner walls. Like this wall, for example, that's a thin wall. Corners like here. Going around corners. Blue as well, the little gap between blue. Corner, for example, here. That's a corner. Thin wall. Corners. And this part of the wall in red, you could as well. That part of the wall. Pretty sure this corner you could. Yep, that corner. Krugs. And yeah, and Baron Pit as well. Baron Pit up until certain angles. I don't think you can get it on this one, or you could. Oh, you could over here. Up until like where it gets further deeper. Where it gets larger, sorry. But yeah, that's basically the rundown of the new W mechanic. Once again, Medler said that this is not to stay yet. But I'm hoping it does, because this leads to a more jukey, more jukes and more fake outs. And all in all, gives you a better mechanic. Here's like, I'll show you guys like a specialty kind of thing that I was trying to make a point. This is just like a small point that I was trying to make because people don't understand how well this mechanic is, especially for engaging. So usually when you're getting pushed in, for example, let's say this tower wasn't here, right? And the enemy team is coming in on defense. Before, if you were to try to clone and engage, you would clone around and walk, and you'd basically be seen here, right? But now, if let's say you wanted to get a full-on engage on the team, you could just straight clone through the wall, and look how much further of a difference that you have and engage. So I really hope this tool goes through. There's so many ways that you can actually go through and start pathing the jungle faster. You could path through camps with your W, and of course, go for dragon steals and baron steals, you know, with this mechanic. So I really hope it's here to stay. This mechanic is really, really awesome. It really brings a new mechanic to Wukong, which Wukong didn't really have before. And all in all, I'm really hoping it really is here to stay. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me give you once again the small little rundown. Gromp walls. Up until a certain point, you kind of have to gonna mess around with it to really see and figure out the angle. Practice makes perfect. Don't be discouraged. The hardest wall is probably this one. This one's probably the hardest one, I would say. I've messed up many times on this, so even in game when I tried it, don't be discouraged. This wall is probably the hardest. I don't know why it's not working on this one. Let me see if I can. I might need to practice it more on this wall. Well, let me see. Maybe it's only that wall specifically, but I don't know. I guess this wall is. Oh no, you could. There we go. I got the angle. I got it. I got the angle. Okay. We got it, boys. See, this is where it gets harder. You know, it's practice though. You gotta practice it and really get the angle. This is probably the most difficult wall to do, but when you get it, it feels so fucking good. Let me see. I don't know, fuck, whatever. At least you guys saw that I got it, you know? I gotta practice it more on my own, but this is definitely a new mechanic. Don't forget, you can also go through corners. Corners as well. Certain corners, I don't want to say every corner, but certain corners, like this one, for example. Oh no, whoops, that was a bad one. I wasn't really on the side. Going over corners. And thin walls, of course, like in the mid lane. Mid lane walls. Wraiths, Krugs, and so on and so forth. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. One second, a lot of people actually ask me if it's possible to get an angle through here. I actually haven't tried. I've been trying to practice to see if it is, but I don't think this is. I think this is one of the bigger walls. Like the ones in mid lane, I think they're one of the bigger ones. So I don't think they're really able to go through. I'm definitely going to keep practicing. If there is an update on it, I will try to implement it in one of my next videos. But as of now, I've tried this multiple times, but I can't seem to find an angle on one of these bigger walls. But once again, don't forget you can go through walls of wolves as well. There's certain angles you can't really go through every single part, but like certain parts you could, certain parts you can't. Keep that in mind. These walls over here, base walls, going through to wolves, and your actual base walls as well on your side and enemy side. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this little new Wukong mechanic. And once again, this is definitely not a for sure change yet, but I'm really hoping it's going to be. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.